And it's a bit a new experience to me to be in this kind of platforms. It's comfortable and easy for me to address a lack of people, but to come to Harvard and to face thinking minds is not an easy task. So it took me some time to ponder whether I could communicate what I believe in and what I stand for. It took me some time, so finally I had accepted. That's why I'm here. And today the subject would be the global power, India's rising global power. But I can't talk about entire India because my experiences are confined, though I know a lot about India, but my political experiences or my political realm is only within on the state of Andhra Pradesh and the state of Telangana. So I would like to communicate from within Andhra Pradesh and Telangana perspective. But to talk about the global power, first I would like to, what we lack in our country, there is amazing divisiveness in our country. We don't feel as one unit. For me, the reason why I came into politics was I could see the divisiveness, how it is hampering the progress. And all of us, we believe we belong to one sect, one class, or one region, or one religion, but we don't feel the complete Indianness. We don't feel, for example, the North Indian leadership, they don't know much about South India. For example, Gandhiji traveled all over India. He knows nook and corner of India. Today, how many leaders, either from South or from North, actually know about the entire India? Today, I know more about America or more about West, what is happening in the West than what exactly happening in the eastern part of India, Assam or Nagaland or Sikkim. For me, my pain is the way we had achieved freedom with a lot of blood and toil, a lot of sacrifices, and the kind of passiveness our society shows. So many problems are there. Recently, I'd been to one part of Andhra Pradesh, it's called Srikakulam district. One particular area is called Uddhanam. No one knows, not even the government, they have an idea. For the last 20 years, around more than 20,000 people died out of kidney disease. And it is some kind of, I don't know what exactly causes that kidney disease in the people who are living in within that area, no one knows. Even I think one or two people came from Harvard and they made some kind of research, but somehow they could not completely zero down this could be the problem. And none of the political parties could address the issue. And constantly, the people were suffering. They were very poor. And no one their voice was not able to reach the governments. So somehow they had approached me when I went there. After seeing their pain, after seeing what they're going through, when I addressed the issue, at least the government machinery had moved and trying to do something now. And this is the plight of our nation, and this is the kind of complacent attitude what our political leadership does to our country and to our state. And for me, this is deeply pains me. And constantly we feel the pride of our country, and we feel so much, always we can show like our nationalism through form of cricket, but actually no one addresses the true issues of India. And for me, the pain is all about, we really highlight the best of India. But deep down, there are so many issues. I'm talking about today about India is a global power, a rising power. They talk about the development. India is really developing. We can show in data and statistics say that India is at a growth of this percentage and that percentage. But in reality, to whom, to which group this development is actually reaching? And we can promise in every political situation, they say that they're going to promise that we're going to bring down the moon for you. We're going to show this. But actually, in reality, people don't ask for big things. In 2007, I was working for another political party, an outfit which was established by my brother. When I went there in a district in Telangana state, it is a complete tribal district. And like any other guys, even my party people told me, please, you have to address, let us go to one of the tribal villages, let us see that as a party, what we can do for them. And first time, I had seen people struggling because they're saying that we're going to give you the best schools, we're going to give you a best education, we're going to do that. And as all the election rhetoric. So after some time, there was an old lady who was like blinded right from her childhood. She was around 60-year-old. And first time till then, I never knew people without eyeballs, actually they can cry. It never came into my experience. I'm not a science student to understand. First time that lady was crying, I said, guys, I don't know what you're going to do, but we need just water. They're requesting to have a basic water, nothing else. We don't want anything. We need drinking water. To get a drinking water, we had to go all the way to a few kilometers away, and we are struggling. Could you get us water? That deeply pained me. But like I heard about it, I went back to another constituency.
Innovation, workforce, skilling, etc., which is the theme that we are going to talk about today. On the innovation front, as it was mentioned by Ms. Trump yesterday, today we have India's largest technology incubator in Hyderabad called the T-Hub, which has been doing exceedingly well. And by this time next year, we will be having the world's largest technology incubator / startup engine in our own city of Hyderabad right here. In fact, innovation has been a huge driver in the growth story of Telangana in the last 3.5 years. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, for the first time in Indian history, for the first time in the history of this country, talks about Startup India. He realizes the importance of innovation. He realizes the importance of skills. He talks about Startup India. He talks about Skill India. And he also talks about how to ensure that this large demographic dividend, which is up for the grabs for India, because more than 50% of our population is less than the age of 27. More than 2/3 of India today is less than the age of 35. So that goes to tell you, India has the largest think force. I don't like to call it workforce. India today has the largest think force on the planet for any country in the history of the planet. As the world is aging, India is getting younger. As the world today, the average age goes high and high, India is getting younger and younger. But that throws up a very interesting challenge. All the way from Hyderabad and Telangana government and right up to the United States and Trump administration. The one big challenge every government faces today is employment, is creation of jobs. Now that throws up an interesting question. How do we ensure that this so-called demographic dividend is completely harnessed, is completely leveraged by the governments? The human capital, how do we harness it? How do we ensure that this innovation and knowledge economy, how do we keep going? And how do we make sure, most importantly, women, for whom another added dimension, another compounded problem is the gender discrimination that is rampant across the first world, second world, or third world, irrespective of which country you come from. So we want to talk about all these innovation, skills. How do we ensure we create jobs? How do we also ensure at the same time we create both job creators, a platform for job creators like T-Hub, and how do we also ensure that for those people who are seeking employment, how do we make sure that they're adequately skilled? How do we also ensure that they keep refreshing their skills every so often? So like I said, I have cracker of a panel, and let me start by introducing the 4 powerful men. I have 4 powerful women. I've never done this in my life, moderation. So I'm a little nervous as well, so you have to bear with me for the next 1 hour. Let me start with Chanda Kochhar, the MD and CEO of India's largest private sector bank, a woman who's won multiple awards. I can go on and on, but She's been consistently ranked among the top 100 most powerful women by Forbes and Fortune, and the winner of Woodrow Wilson Award for Corporate Citizenship. Chanda, thank you. I think you're here. Chanda Kochar, ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause, please. Next, I'd like to introduce Karen Quintos, the Chief Customer Officer of Dell, the highest ranked, most senior position held by a woman in Dell is currently held by Karen Quintos. Karen works very closely on the board of Dell, the highest and the most senior most position, the executive position with Michael Dell and the entire team. So welcome, Karen. Next, we have a woman who's extremely popular, who's done significant work, who's been a tremendous pillar of support to a former UK Prime Minister, Prime Minister Blair, Sherry Blair of the Sherry Blair Foundation for Women. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome her with a warm round of applause. As I've mentioned, I'm the Minister for IT, Government of Telangana. IT normally stands for Information Technology, but for the last 1 month and more so in the last 1 week, IT also in Hyderabad means Ivanka Trump. The lady herself is here, arguably the most powerful woman in the world. Warm welcome to Miss Ivanka Trump. With a warm round of applause, please. I didn't know what to call her because she dons multiple responsibilities, multiple roles, so I wanted to make sure we capture this moment. We have a banker, we have an advisor to POTUS, and many, many other things also. We have a lawyer, and then we have a chief marketing and chief customer officer. So welcome, ladies, and then we can get started. Thank you very much.